Welcome back to Tightwad Workshop. In my lifetime I've discovered that there are 3 topics that you should always avoid unless you're looking for an argument. Politics, religion and knife sharpening. But we're all friends here, right? So let's just put our little differences to one side for a minute and I'll show you one way to get a nice sharp cutting edge on even the cheapest of blades. Now there are lots of ways to sharpen edge tools, but here at Tightwad Workshop we just use an old-fashioned oilstone. This tool suits us here because it's cheap, lazy and good enough. It's also not a specialised sharpening tool, which means that just this one stone can sharpen all of these tools, as well as a bunch of others that I don't even own yet. So for this video I visited a couple of hardware stores in my neighbourhood and bought these few cheap sharpening stones. These were all in the $10 to $20 range. You can easily spend more if you want to, and more expensive ones will usually come in a nicer box. These 3 stones are made from aluminium oxide, and this one's made from silicon carbide. These are all artificial stones, and as you can see they're made in 2 layers, with a coarse and a fine side. You can feel the difference if you rub your finger over them. The coarse side is about a 120 grit, and the fine side's about a 240 grit. These grit numbers are the same as we use for sandpaper. A higher number is a smoother surface. Now even though these are called oil stones, we're not actually going to use oil on them. Instead, we're going to use simple dishwashing liquid. I'd like to be able to say that this is all my idea, but in fact I learned it from this guy. And in his book he said that he was taught about it by somebody else, so I have no idea who thought of it first. The main reason for using oil or water or dishwashing liquid is to float away those small particles of stone and metal that break off while we're grinding our tools. If we don't take those away, they'll clog the stone and eventually it won't work. The secondary purpose is to give a little bit of lubrication, but obviously we still need it to be abrasive enough to grind away metal from the edge of our blade. The second tool you're going to need is a strop. This is just a piece of leather glued rough side out to a piece of wood. It doesn't need to be this wide. You can use the rough side of a leather belt if that's all that you have available. Now just like with any activity, you can always go to extremes in the pursuit of perfection. In this series I'm just going to show you how to get a good enough edge on your tools. Now once you have your stone and your strop and your dishwashing liquid, you can obviously just sit it down on the bench and get right to work. But I'd like to make this one a little bit fancier, so I'm going to see if I can make a nice wooden case for the stone with the strop forming a lid. Well, that's definitely putting the rough into rough carpentry, but it should give the stone a bit more protection than the cardboard box. In our next video, we'll be using this stone to put a nice edge on some kitchen knives. Hope to see you then. That's all for now. Thanks for watching. Tightwad Workshop is filmed in front of a shy studio audience.